Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's adventures of the Wellness Homesteader. Oh, I've been in the garden. More cucumbers, an accidental harvest, some bell pepper. That looks pretty good. They're not huge, but they're bell peppers. Another zucchini, which is like the last thing I needed. And then these tomatoes, I'm not sure about. These are called purple tomatoes or black tomatoes, and they keep a lot of their green color. These are not quite ripe, but they can ripen on the counter. So the gift that keeps on giving, zucchini and cucumbers this year and tomatoes. Y'all, I am so blessed, and I don't ever mean to be ungrateful for the bounty the Lord has given me. It's been, a fair amount of work. We've had a crazy dry summer, craziness, where I'm just watering, and we're supposed to get rain, it blows over, etc., etc. But here's another way to approach the overwhelm of harvest. And this is what I do. It's my Jedi mind trick. I think to myself, what if something really weird happens? And I'm not a prepper out of fear at all. But what if I can't go to the grocery store because we have a blizzard? And we do get those. What if we have an ice storm and the stores don't have any power, so you can't buy anything? What if there's another episode like COVID, but worse? I just want to be prepared. What if, guys, I have to have another back or neck surgery? Because I think that might be coming. And it won't stop me from doing YouTube, y'all, but it's a long recovery. And I just have to pick up this tomato that just fell out. I just have to have faith that the Lord will provide, and what I do is enough. However, I'm feeling overwhelmed with all the zucchini, and I was like, surely there's something that you can do with it. And y'all, in my last video, that zucchini casserole thing, the layered thing, is one of the best things I've ever made. And I think I will do another pan of that. But today, we are going to preserve these long term, because in YouTube University, I learned that some people can what's called faux pineapple. And I was like, wait, what? So zucchini, having little to no flavor, is a great vegetable to take on either sweet or savory. So the video I watched made me go out and look to see, okay, is this a USDA approved item? So I read up on it, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to peel and cube the zucchini, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. And we're going to can it in pineapple juice that has added sugar, which I probably don't need. But the pH alone of pineapple juice is 3.3 to 3.6, so it is safe for water bath canning, and you should adjust for your altitude. This came from Carrie at Homesteading in Ohio. I thought, well, how more perfect? She probably has a lot of zucchini too. And she goes through why it's approved, what you need to do, what you shouldn't do. And I thought, I totally need to just bite the bullet and get all this zucchini prepped and canned, because my canner's still out from tomatoes yesterday. So I will share with you the full recipe and the full canning process. If you are new to canning, I think this is a great starter recipe, because with the pH of the pineapple, you can cut back the sugar, because it calls for 3 cups. I'm not putting 3 cups in. You can use an artificial sweetener like liquid stevia, or it says you can use Splenda, and it also has lemon juice. So I feel it's perfectly safe. It does make a lot, but I have a lot of zucchini. So let's get into pineapple zucchini, and I'm going to start prepping and talk with you about why I thought this was a good idea. I hope you'll stay tuned. All right, y'all, let's get started on the zucchini. Now, there are a lot of nutrients in the skin of a zucchini. However, because the skin can harbor dirt because it's very soft and porous, it is not recommended that you can skin on. Now, I know people that do. It's not contraindicated from the USDA, which is really surprising to me because they don't like anything. But I'm gonna try vegetable peeler. I've never tried that before. Oh yeah, looks like it's gonna work good. So we're aiming for 16 cups. And I am gonna do a full recipe because I think I easily have 16 cups. I also wanted to share with y'all one of the things I do, even though I grow my food organically, you know, birds poop on it, things happen. I use the Thieves Fruit and Vegetable Wash, and I want to tell you, this lasts so long because it's a capful or two. You've seen me use it in past videos. If you have any interest, I always leave a link in the description box to Young Living. I don't use exclusively Young Living products, you know. I'm not, I do sell Young Living, I guess you would say. I am a distributor, but the reason that I do that is not so I can get y'all to buy products at all. You get 25% off of all your orders as long as you're an active associate, I'll call it. So I have been using their products and loving them. I love their cleaning products. I also use their dish soap to wash. It's the Thieves dish soap. I use that to wash the chicken utensils, shall we say, because I feel like if there's any residue, it's essential oil, it's not going to hurt them. The only thing I don't like about it is it's not super lathery because it doesn't have the harmful chemicals like SLSA, parabens, other things, you know. The fragrance is straight up from the essential oils, so I think it's a really good product and you might want to give it a think. So yeah, this is probably going to take a while. Now guys, you can do this two ways. You can cube it or you can shred it. I'm cubing it because my thought is if this is going to turn into mock pineapple, I could use it. And you see, these aren't real seedy, which is perfect. I could use it in fruit salads, but my real use for it, I think, is going to be using it on top of cottage cheese, which I love. And I am not a good meat eater, so I get a lot of my protein, if you will, from dairy or plant-based protein. So I am going to measure this out since we need 16 cups. Guys, I think I have way more than 16 cups. And I'm going to try to cut it fairly evenly. You could use a food processor, I guess. I just know that my food processor is not going to work well for this application, shall we say. So yeah, let me cut that a little bit more. So, you know, cutting it in 1/2 inch or so pieces. Good Lord, that's a lot of zucchini. So I'm going to continue cutting, measuring, and when I have 16 cups, we're going to start adding our ingredients into the big pot, which you'll need pure pineapple juice, sweetener of your choice, and I'll go through the amounts when we get there, and lemon juice. And you need 1.5 cups of lemon juice, so quite a bit. But guys, one zucchini is like 3 cups, so, or that's half a zucchini, oh my word. So yeah, I may have some zucchini left over, but again, I plan to make that casserole again. So I'm gonna continue chopping here, y'all, and peeling, doing all the things. And then when I come back, we'll get this ready to start canning. Stay tuned if I don't fall off my chair. One quick thing I wanted to show you. If you are using larger zucchini, cut out the seed portion. I started with the 2 largest zucchini, which is going to give me about 8 cups. But, you know, that part is not going to be pleasant to eat. and you really don't want all those seeds in there. So I am cutting that portion out and just using the fleshy part, and I'll show you what I mean here. So I've been working on this piece. There's still a little, can you see? A little bit of seed. We'll cut that off because I don't want to eat that part. Not hard to do. Just takes a little bit of time to chop it all up. And again, if you prefer shredded, I know people use this too. I wanted to share it on like pineapple upside down cake. And I always think of my grandparents who, you know, grew up in the Depression. All of my family's from Eastern Kentucky. Kentucky, can you tell? Grew up in Appalachia, no indoor plumbing, no electricity, and every bit of everything was saved. One of the reasons, and she won't know who I am, but one of the reasons I really enjoy Jessica over at Three Rivers Homestead is she does not waste anything. If she cooks a roast, she saves the drippings and makes rice. She is tremendously efficient in making use of the entire plant. Now, this is what I've gotten waste-wise. Y'all, I've tried to get my girls to eat it. My chickens will not eat it. So I'm going to turn this into compost in my compost bin. My chickens have also developed a really bad habit. Drop me a comment if you know how to break them. They love tomatoes. And if a tomato's within their reach, they're going to eat it. And they know the difference between a green tomato and a ripe tomato. I can't yell at them, but I may have to put some chicken wire up over there because, you know, y'all, I need my maters. All right, so we are halfway through 8 cups, and that was 2 zucchini. I'm gonna continue on. I'll bring you back when we have 16 cups. I'll be sure to link Homesteading in Ohio's recipe in the description box below in case you want to cut it down or you want to read the information for yourself. So we have our 16 cups of zucchini, and I want to share with you, I'm down to 4 little zucchinis, which I could make another one of those layered lasagna type casseroles. So I'm super happy about that, or I can eat it raw. That's manageable to me, and I don't want to waste any zucchini, y'all. I overplanted, so I'm going to live with the consequences, but I'm excited about this recipe because I love pineapple. So what you do is you're going to take a large pan. Ooh, what's that? I'm a little OCD about cleanliness. And what are we going to add to it? Well, first we're going to add a 1.5 cups of lemon juice. And I am just using Great Value. It is not organic. My zucchini is grown organically, but there's certain things you just can't find organic. Azure does have the organic lemon juice. Then for the Great Value pineapple juice, it says you need 46 ounces of sugar-free 100% pineapple juice, which is a little shy of 8 cups. It also says that you can any leftover pineapple juice. So rather than to keep this, y'all, yeah, buddy, because I won't drink straight up pineapple juice right now. I've got too many other fruits and vegetables to eat. Next, you can add, okay, here's the sugar is not what helps it to be safe for canning and shelf stable. It is the pineapple juice and the lemon juice. So it says 3 cups of sugar, you can reduce to 2 cups, or use Splenda, or use 3 teaspoons of liquid stevia. Y'all, I'm inclined to just use the sugar. I think it will taste, for me, better. And I have Splenda, I have stevia, I have all the things, but you know, sometimes you want to use just good old sugar. And I'm just going to use 2 cups. I think 2 cups is going to be a gracious plenty. And, you know, as far as the leftover pineapple juice, there's a fruit salad that I have made at the holidays that requires pineapple juice and sugar and butter and flour that you make a mixed fruit salad. So I think it will get used, so I'm not terribly concerned about that. All right, I'm just gonna use my ladle to stir it. It smells pineapple-y. All right, we're gonna go over to the stove. We're gonna bring it up to a boil, turn it down to a simmer it for 20 minutes, and then we'll be ready to can it up and I can get this mess cleaned up. All right, y'all, stay tuned. All right, y'all, while our mock pineapple is simmering, I thought I would share with you, if you watched my last video, you know that I was getting ready to go pick up a Facebook Marketplace find, and I found this one owner, mid-century modern, blue and green chair that is absolutely the bomb. And it's really nice to be able to sit here and peruse books. I actually came up with a cha-cha relish recipe. I don't have, oh, I do have green beans in the freezer. Yeah, it has green beans, carrots, you know, all the pickling things, chopped cord green tomatoes, got plenty of those, cabbage, still have a cabbage, bell peppers, it calls for red, but I have green, and cucumber, but it only calls for 2 cups, so I don't know that I'm gonna make it, but I'm still perusing. I have several canning books that are approved recipes, and we'll see if we can find something. But y'all, this is a remake of a vintage record player. It's not raw. I have my little pumpkin wax melter. This is my garden journal. So this is a nice place for me to set. It's right next to my desk where I do all of my editing and uploading and such. So this was not where I intended to put the chair, but until I get new furniture, which I don't need, I just want, this is a good place for it. And I do want to divest myself of this country style cabinet, but right now I need the bookshelf space until I decide how I'm going to redo it. I also went out in the garden, y'all, and I've got something really neat to show you. I harvested some flowers. Guys, I can't tell you how much benefit flowers bring to your garden as far as pollinators. I mean, you can actually hear the buzzing when I go out there because I have butternut squash, pumpkins, and zucchini, you know, making big blooms, and so they're getting their pollen to make honey, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. But also cutting those flowers and bringing them inside just brings me so much joy. My life is very simple, y'all. It is not for everyone. But just to give you a quick background, because we have a lot of new people, welcome to all new subscribers. Thank you to all my returning. I'm not going to forget you. Some of you, Lorene, have been with me like almost since day one, which is amazing. Or you came to me from Homestead, Tessie. Thank you, Tessie. But, yeah, when I worked, y'all, I traveled all the time. Did I mention I traveled all the time? And I love to travel, definitely. But I can remember so many days that I just thought, oh, could I just stay home for a week? Just a week. A week is all I ask. And guys, I was responsible for the entire United States, Canada, and the nursing program in Portugal. So, needless to say, I was in an airplane so much. At one point in time, and guys, if I'm exaggerating, it's not intentional. I took 18 flights in 11 days, and literally I was shattered when I got home. And I would dream, when I retire, I'm going to homestead. I'm going to have my chickens that I want. I'm going to have a big garden instead of just pot plants. I'm going to can to my heart's content. And y'all, it came to me in a very strange way because I ended up retiring on disability and at 58, and I didn't anticipate that. But I can say 4 years in, I'm living what I believe to be my best life. So let's go back over in the kitchen. We've got, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, but I want to show you what I harvested from the garden. And guys, it's way early, but you know, things get ripe and you got to go with it. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you what I harvested. Ignore the ring light cord. This is a pot pumpkin and these 3 are jack-o'-lanterns. Now this one still has a touch of green on it. I probably could have waited. However, pests will sometimes attack like the blossom end here and you will start to see like deterioration. So I wanted to make sure I got them off the vine. So I actually have 2 pot pumpkins. This was my first and it's beautiful, isn't it? So yeah, I already have 5 pumpkins. I still have, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that will definitely make it. And a couple more that may mature a little bit later. I hope they're later in the season. So let me get these out of the way because it is almost time to start canning our mock pineapple. And let me tell y'all, it smells so good in here. It smells, oh, poor little pumpkin. Oh, come back. It smells like pineapple upside down cake. It smells so good. So as you saw in the intro, I washed all my jars, my lids, my rings, all the things. And in the canner, I've placed my jars. So it's time to start warming those up. And I will admit, I kind of half warm it early on because it takes a long time for that big canner to fully come to a boil. We may have to add a little bit of water. Not sure as of yet, but I think it'll be okay. I have 10 pint-sized jars in the canner. 2 of them are 3/4 pints, so I thought those would be good for the juice. We'll see how much we actually get. I never rely on a recipe to have the right amount. And if we have to do a second canning, I'm fine with that. So hold tight. It'll be just a second for you. We'll get started. All right, y'all, we're done with the cooking process. Let's get busy filling jars. So as always, I think you want to do mostly the solid first. Gosh, it even looks like pineapple. And add the liquid for top off. So we want a 1/2 inch headspace. All right, I'm gonna call that good. And let's just do a couple while we're here. I don't think it's gonna make as many jars as it says, but we shall see. And let's go ahead and debubble. And as always, y'all, I will leave a link in the description box to anything I'm using. And, you know, if you have interest or need something, that way you don't have to go out and look it up. Don't ever feel obligated. And after I debubble it, I need a little bit more liquid here. In both. Now, because this is pretty sugary and sticky, well, there we go. I would say make sure that you wipe your rims really, really well. This is just a paper towel with vinegar. Guys, I had to break down and buy some more paper towels. I hadn't bought paper towels since, I think since COVID. I had bought, like, you know, a whole bunch of packs. Ouch. That is hot. And I am going to redo this one. That ring didn't feel like it went on right. So I am using, you'll see in the background, the 4 jars lids. Oh, y'all, that's hot. Okay. Make sure that's on there steady. There we go. I love them. If you need a discount code, go over to Three Rivers Homestead. Jessica does have a 10% discount. So I'm going to keep filling. I'll bring you back and let you know what we got. All right, y'all. We got 8 pints of the faux pineapple and 2 pints of the juice. So I'm going to pop the lid on. There we go. Close the lid. I am using my Ball Fresh Tech Electric water bath canner. Guys, this thing is amazing with the spout. I don't have to lift all those heavy kettles of water. And once it comes up to a full rolling boil, we'll start timing. And for this particular recipe, it says, let me read it to you so that I don't misspeak. Oh, typical recipe, right? It says, process and water bath for 15 minutes. And then it has a chart below there for your altitude. I'm at 1,009 feet. So I generally, that camera's crooked. I generally will process for above 1,000 feet. So I'm gonna process this for 20 minutes. Then I will take the lid off, let it cool for 5 or 10 minutes. We'll pull the jars and I'll come back with some final thoughts on the ever-present zucchini. Well, somebody's gonna ask, what on earth is wrong with your forearms? I have a bit of an allergy to pumpkin vine leaves as well as zucchini leaves. You know, they're kind of prickly, but I usually will break out if I touch anything, so that's all it is. It will fade away. It is totally worth it. I love growing pumpkins. So, in case you were wondering, what on earth is wrong with your arms? That's what it is. Our pineapple zucchini, or our mock pineapple, is out of the canner. All the jars have sealed. So I ended up with 10 jars, 8 of which contain the zucchini, 2 of which are straight up juice, and 1 of my 8 jars is more juice than pineapple, but hey, it'll still eat, right? I did taste the juice, y'all. It's sweet. It was yummy. Just saying. I think the lemon juice brings enough tartness to it that it's not overly sweet. So I was very pleased with the taste of the juice. I should have done that on camera. I'm off working on my next project, y'all. I'm not sure if you'll see that project before you see this project, but I did decide I'm gonna make some chow chow. So if you've already seen it, you'll be like, yeah, I know that. So I'm getting ready to blanch some of my Kyoto red carrots. If y'all remember when I harvested, I am so proud of my carrots. Look how red they are. They are gorgeous. They're small, but oh, the flavor, y'all. They are definitely more carroty than an average carrot. So I will definitely be doing those again next year. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you would do me a big favor, go ahead and smash that like button. Don't forget to leave me that comment below. What do you think of mock pineapple? I think it's a great use for zucchini, and I think it's something that in the winter, when fresh pineapple isn't really around, it's something that I can really enjoy. I hope to see you, I think it'll be next week, guys. I'm ahead on videos, so I'm not really sure, because this is Monday, and I think this is Saturday's video, because I've already done Tuesday, Thursday. Yeah, this is probably Saturday's. But I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. In the meantime, be healthy, be well, be blessed. Take care.